Hey guys, Cactus of the day. And first, I want to do a little update about the bed that I found yesterday. So, this bed was at ground level on my house, and I felt like it acted weird. I don't often see beds out during the day, and there's a nest directly above, like in the roof, in this thing, like where these two sides meet, and we live along nicely. This is a nest that's on the outside of the house, so they don't get in. And yeah, these are dwarf beds, and very nice, beautiful animals, and we get along nicely. But yeah, yesterday's bed kind of, I don't know, triggered me a little bit because I felt like it might be something like rabies, because these guys get it sometimes. So yeah, it was there like for hours, and then I decided to call some emergency hotlines. I spent the whole morning trying to get in touch with someone who is like, I don't know, an expert about bats, and someone who can tell me what I can do, because I wanted to help it. And yeah, so the first number that I called was a woman, like a doctor, and that number didn't exist anymore. Then I called another expert, and all these numbers were on the official page of I don't know, of the state, where they give you numbers you can call for bat rescue. Yeah, second number wasn't valid anymore as well. So two numbers that were no longer valid. In my opinion, it's probably because helping bats isn't a big business, so they probably have trouble funding all these helplines. So yeah, that's a sad thing. Then I called NABU, which is an organization, and nature protection wildlife organization, and they picked up and disconnected the phone again. So yeah, and then I want to say I donated to NABU quite like a couple years ago, so I feel like they should have at least taken my call. But yeah, then I called another number, and that person picked up, and it was a very nice, kind, and helpful person who gave me all kinds of instruction how to deal with it. What he said was that the bat was very small, that it probably fell out of the nest at the top, probably because it was a bad year for bats, because there are not enough insects around for them to eat. So these parents decide which child they want to raise, and another one goes out, and that might have happened. Or they learn to fly, and when they can't really, when they are not doing well, they come down. And yeah, so yeah, and it didn't look good. It didn't look good for quite some time. There were flies, and I kept like trying to get the flies to fly away. I was shushing away the flies and all that stuff. So, and just when I saw like it wouldn't make it, it came back to life and flew away. So eventually it was all good. I'm very happy that I didn't have a expired bat in my garden, and I'm also happy that it probably wasn't sick, which, when I'm surrounded by wildlife, so many animals here, and yeah, you need to be careful. Like, I don't want to endanger my family with the hobby that I have, where I'm outside all the time. So yeah, I'm glad that the bat problem turned out nicely. So yeah, and now I'm back in the greenhouses doing my cactus of the day stuff. So let's have a look. So over here, this is a Lobivia from a Born to Be Wild cross. You can see the Born to Be Wild in the body. Yeah, and the flower is just red, but a nice red. This is strong contrast. I like it. I'm still not sure if I want to keep it or not. It's possible that I've already seen this one. I need to decide if I want to keep the container or not, or if I want to keep a few seedlings from the container. So I will wait for the other seedlings to flower, and then I decide. I will definitely see the flower of the other one on the right this year, and that will help me to, I don't know, make a little qualified decision if I want to keep it or not. This one here is a hybrid between Splash and Asterix. Very nice flower in my opinion. I like it. Small but nice. Definitely like it. And there are more seedlings from this container flowering, so that's great. Yeah, here this is a hybrid called Lewitzsonne, and I like it. This is a beautiful flower, but the flower is so small. This is like a peanut, so I will probably not keep this one this year. I just don't have space for hybrids that have such a small flower. And I think about keeping the grafting stock because it's Trichocereus. You can always use them. Here's another one. This one has a super tiny flower. This one will be sorted out too. These are Lobivia winteriana hybrids. Yeah. There's a Trichocereus in between that I will keep. Everything else will probably go away. Yeah, these are coming up. Slowly coming up. And I really like them. This is going to be a beautiful plant when all the flowers are open. Very nice. Ecuador. So this is Vers 11 again. This one will definitely open tonight. This one maybe tomorrow. Has gotten a few spots that I don't like. See this? I think this is probably either from the fertilizer or from an insect. Like these roundish spots. I don't think it will be a problem, but I don't like it. Validus, maybe 2 weeks away. Here, this is the unique Brigezoid that I have. I did not see the flower bud when I removed it, the tip, so this wasn't planned that it's flowering without being on the plant. But yeah, sometimes you have to remove the tip and you don't see that there's a flower bud on the other side, and that was what happened. Over here, finally some flower buds. Guys, this was such a bad summer so far. And I don't even want to say that there aren't many flower buds, but it's all delayed. So you have the first flower wave at the end of June. And this isn't the problem, but it's a problem because normally you have more than one flush per season. So you have the later flushes might not make it in time. Oh yeah, that's not. Or they are flowering so late in the season that the seeds won't ripen. I can already tell you that these will take relatively long until like August, and that's not good. I don't like that. Normally you have time for the first flower flush. First flower flush is supposed to be like 5th June 5th, and then you have a few fruits. Some fail, and then you get another chance later. But yeah, not sure if that will be the case this year. We gotta save a spider. Come on, spider, I help you. Come on. I'm always glad when I can do something good here. Echinopsis Sternschnuppe gezackt. Yeah, flower looks weird. And the pollen looks weird too, to dry. But I will try it out to collect some pollen later. Without surprise, the previous pollinations of this one failed. This is just poor genetic. This thing, I like the flowers, but it's such a bad mother for crosses. Here's a Born to be Wildflower, and the label from a previous pollination had like closed up the flower, so now it can open. So this mysterious thing will be opening tonight. Huge flowers. I love this. This is a good one, and I will collect pollen too. Maybe we can get seeds this year. Yeah, these coming along, and so here's the Chalensis, and I had to cover the flower that opened tonight because it's constantly raining. Like I said, it's a terrible summer. So I covered it with a trash bag, and now I will peek into it to see if we can collect some pollen from it. Yeah, this one coming along nicely too. This one, really crooked plant, but it's flowering. This is Kraken, flowering too. I did not expect it to flower because this thing has a, like, this is a hybrid with Trichocereus telegonus, and telegonus isn't really made to stand upright, so I had to put it on a trash can just to keep it up. Otherwise this thing would be lying in the greenhouse covering like a square meter, you know. But yeah, it's flowering. Still no flowers from TPM, but this is nice. I like it. Good stuff. Seedlings are dry again, and I watered them yesterday and the day before. Every day I'm watering them, and the water just like vanishes into thin air. And that's why it's a good thing to have a more organic soil, because if these were in a pumice soil, they would be dry within an hour. And now they are at least dry for like 8 hours, which is good enough, which is enough time for them to take in the nutrients. They would not make it like in a more fast draining soil. So this is Schaffery, and it seems like we're having a fruit. That's good. Flying saucer. Once again, the jungle comes over. It's always difficult to do this in the jungle. And I don't mean real jungle, this is a European jungle. But yeah, every year here is super exhausting. Oh look, a tick. What a surprise. Alright, let's have a look. Ah! There's a lot of water dripping in my shoe. No, not ready yet. I will just leave it like this. It's not very windy. And then when it will open up, I just can collect the pollen. If it rains in your flower, it's just not happening. It's just too wet, too swampy. You cannot collect pollen in the rain. This one needs to be brought inside. I need to bring a few flowering plants inside because it's like I said, normally this wouldn't be an issue, but this summer is a total wet nightmare. Constant rain all the time, humid temperatures. It's crazy. So many slugs. Here we have a fruit. This is from a cross between Ulf Meerbold and a different Telegonoides hybrid. Here this Validus got a little damage, but I think it will be alright. If not, I'll just take off the whole tip and do some seedling grafts, some rib grafts with this thing. Should be alright. But yeah, in this current weather, who knows? This one here is a Atrocereus hybrid, and every year it produces flower buds and doesn't, like, it gets flower buds and doesn't grow the actual flower. At this point I have given up breeding with it, but yeah, maybe it will flower this year. I brought it outside so it gets a lot of water. Maybe this will help. Yeah, Arboricola hybrids. This is a super gelb hybrid. I will need to bring this one into the greenhouses too. I want them to open in the greenhouse. I don't want to have insects pollinating them. My shoes are totally wet just from walking once through the garden. So Amun-Re, this one is coming along nicely. A lot of flower buds. The Smurf. Yep, looking good. Can't wait to make pollination. So the first cross will be, this one will get Amun-Re, and Amun-Re will get the other. That's going to be the first cross here with these two. Yeah, this is a Lobivia Ferox. I repotted it, I put it in a smaller pot, and it does great now. Some plants just don't like being in a huge pot. This one I brought to a better spot where it gets a lot of sun, and now it's flowering. This is just the type of plant that needs a sunny spot. Lobivia needs so much sun, it's like ridiculous. Lobivia cannot be like in a super humid environment. It's just not good for them. I mean, they can take it for a while. These spots here were from the time when I had it in the greenhouse, like in a little bit more shady place. Then when I saw this, I said, all right, this is it. It goes into one of the best spots that I have, and now it's turning out great. Yeah, so this is for now. I mean, a lot of plants that are flowering in here. But like I said, it's a terrible year for flowering in regards to that it's all happening later. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in, I appreciate it, and yeah, you can support the channel, give me a thumbs up and all that stuff. YouTube loves it. And yeah, seeds at cactusjerk.net. There's still a complete season pack from last year, from 2023, which has not all, but most of the plants that are amazing in my collection included. And yeah, check it out. Bye.